right buttons. Greetings, everyone. This is Elizabeth, and the chaos ensued. Sorry. Hello, hello. Hi. How is everyone? I feel like something's amok. Something's amok. That is the emptiness scrubber. How are you doing? Hello. How are you doing? I just need 1 second though. You guys, because there's something going on. This is active. Why are my thingies not working? Why are my thingies not working? Apparently I clicked it but didn't click it good enough. Is that better? I tell you, the things. Let me make sure the volume is up. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. Can you hear me now? Darn that music. I clicked the button, but apparently not. I clicked it, but not. So, should I say the hellos one more time? One more time. Ms. Maddie, the emptiness scrapper. Miss Glow, hello, hello. Jana. Anna Moret. Jenny G, hello, hello. Jean Morin. Jay, hello, hello. Such a lag. We heard nothing earlier. Sorry. I didn't push the button properly. I'm not a proper button pusher. Apparently, all the things are not working today. I'm gonna go see if it actually is showing up where it's supposed to be showing up, because I'm leaving little bitty comments. Yeah, see, my welcome sign didn't work. I don't know what I just did right there. It says that my commands are on. Oh, there it went. I guess it didn't like restream doing it. But anyways, what are we gonna watercolor today, you guys? I don't know. How do I sound? Do I sound okay? I have the fan and AC behind me because it's just too hot. It's like 90 something outside, and it was a whole lot of hot up here. Terry Cooper, hello, hello. Oh, don't soak your brushes, you guys. Why that guy was hanging out in the water like that, we don't know. Watercolor, yeah. Are you excited? I'm excited. So first things first, use it or lose it. Did you know watercolor paper has a sizing in it to help the watercolor do what watercolor does? And over time, that sizing doesn't do its job. And you can, there are tutorials about adding sizing back into the paper. So if your watercolor stuff is not doing what you think it should be doing, you might need to resize it. Not like size it, but sizing. It's a product that goes into the paper. I know. I'm going to do a sunset. Cross my fingers. We're going to do a sunset card. And I have this, you guys, I bought it eons ago. Susie's Craft Room and Studio. Hello, hello. So, I've got that. I've got the masking tape because mint tape is not really meant for water. Like frog tape, your blue tapes, okay? But I'm gonna tape a little bit so I can get a frame. You don't have to. If you don't want a frame on yours, don't tape it. But I want to because I have been watching, watch me butcher her name, Andrea Nelson Art. I linked her YouTube and her TikTok in the descriptions. She makes watercoloring look easy. So easy. She makes it look easy peasy lemon squeezy. And so I took and I watched these two TikToks a couple of times. So I'm hoping we can create this. So the first one is going to be a beachy sunset, and that is linked directly down in the description. It's one of those. Tape beeps it from buckling. Oh yeah, it keeps it from buckling. It does that. I don't ever mind about the buckle, but it also makes for borders. And our border is mostly straight. We don't worry about that. And then we're doing a beach, so we need an area for the sky and an area for the water. So I'm gonna do the sky like there. I'm gonna do the sky like there, right? So our horizon. There it is. Okay. And we're gonna get, she used a nice round brush, like a size 6. I don't even know. This is what it is. So I have 2 waters. Look, they're in green jars. Green jars. So I've got one for dirty and I've got one for clean. Normally I don't. Normally I have one and we go from there. But today we're going to try and be good and do as Andrea does. And I actually have a Tropicals. And I haven't used it. But look at that yellow. Look at that. The yellow and the orange and the red. We're going to do a sunset. Janine! Never seen watercolor cards before. Yeah, this set is by Strathmore. As you can see, I don't like to pay full price, but it's 10 cards in envelopes. Andrea did postcards. Postcards, you guys! You can take your watercolor paper, cut it down to postcard size, and then make a postcard, and then stamp and message the back and send it through the mail. I know. But today we're doing our sunset on a card. Oh, you know what? Okay. The bottom is down here. Wouldn't it be hilarious? You tape it all down, and the top's up here, and you're painting the top up here. I wish I knew where my watercolors were. I'd give it a try. Glow. Go find them. I just gave someone a watercolor sunset card today. Awesome! Okay, so nice fresh water. Fresh water. They probably do, but you can totally make your own postcards. So we're gonna put some water down, and I'm tipping over to look to make sure I've got water down, because I can't see. I can't see. And then we're going to, I need to glue these little buggers in place. I just do. We're gonna mist them. We're gonna get them activated. I don't do that either. I usually just dump a bunch of water on the one I need and go from there. Okay, but we need number 21. That one's 21. Okay, that one's 21. Because I did swatch them. So we're gonna get nice clean water. We're gonna pick up number 21. And I'm actually going to clean that because it had some red on it. So I'm going to pick up number 21, and I've got some water down, and I'm going to put, ooh, that is bright. Wow. I'm going to put some yellow down at the bottom because this is where the sun is, right? And then I'm going to fan that out a little bit, and I'm going to clean my brush. And I'm just going to use plain water. Okay. We're going to paint. We got our yellow, because our sun is hanging out there somewhere. And then we clean our brush. I've got a little rag here, so if I need to dab it. And then we'll go into, you can do yours, oops, wrong one. I'm going to go into the dirtier yellow. No, I shouldn't have. It's all right. We'll spread that out. I didn't like that. Let's go into the orange. Oh, that's so bright. And then we'll go into our red. Our nice little sunrise or sunset, we don't know. And then I'm going to get some fresh water and just kind of help it blend a little bit. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. She did put a little bit of like blue at the top. We'll put a little bit of blue at the top and see how that goes. Oops. Did you see that? It just dropped right in there. We're gonna get a clean brush, clean water, tap it off a little bit, and then pick that up and clean that off. So if you drop a little bit of color where you didn't want it, we're just gonna clean that up. And then I'm gonna grab a little bit of our original yellow and then go right back in there. There's our sky. I don't even know. There's our sky. And while that's drying, you can leave it to dry or you can dry it, which us crafters, we have those heat tools. We have those heat tools. We're going to make a brown for our sand. So that's step one. We made a sunset or a rise. We made the sun somewhere in there. Okay, so we need some brown. But this brown is too dark. Okay, this brown is too dark. So we're gonna get a little bit more brown. We're gonna clean our brush. And then I'm gonna go in for this dirty yellow. And then we kind of made our own little sand color. Okay. I'm trying to think. She did this wet on wet. So we got the paper wet. And then we put on paint, watercolor, so wet on wet. Down here, I'm pretty sure it was a dry on dry. So we're going to do sketchy little line to be our sandy points. And it doesn't need to be perfect because, like, when the ocean rolls in, you know, it's choppy. So we're we're gonna do this. We can do this. Okay, so I'm gonna make my beach come down, and that might be a little bit too dry or too wet. I don't even know. Oh, there. That's what we need. We need these little triangle areas. That's what, yeah. So it's kind of hard. And we want it kind of speckly. So I'll see if I can't bring this out a little bit. Little bit of water. I'm going to clean my brush and get some fresh water. There we go. We got a nice little nook in there now. So we've got our sandy bits. It's not fabulous. I don't know how to do these, but this part looks really nice. I think my brush was just too wet, but we're okay with it. We're okay with it because we just don't know. Okay, so then we're gonna dry, because I don't want to wait all day. So I'm going to dry that. So more for using with an easel. Wait. Use a palette to add water, bro. Oh, yeah, you can. But we just used them right out of the pan. We just use them right out of the pan. It's okay. The thing is, some brushes are listed. Yeah. Nope, they're in inches. See that? And then we're just gonna peel the center guy. Look at that. You guys, there is an ugly bee in here. I'm gonna have to get him because I really don't want to get stung by that thing. Holy mogoly. Oh, you can't see it because it's stupid light. No, don't go over there. Anyways, he's ginormous. Don't get on my light. I don't want to break my light squishing you. Let's get a rag. Oh my goodness. Okay, so sorry. I'm going to be like in your face. How do you squish a bee without a shoe? Like, he's right there by my light. I'm going to grab a shoe just in case. Because so if I move, ha! Ha 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 ha! Oh, he's dead. Yeah! I did a sneak attack. I sneak attacked it. I sneak attacked. Use a sprayer. Yeah, right. No, he'd have been all mad and stung me to death. And it's not like a yellow jacket. It was huge. I don't know what that was. It kind of looked like huge. It was huge. It was not like it wasn't a bumblebee or a honeybee, and it looked like a very angry bee-like thing. probably wasn't even a bee. Okay, so we messed up our sunset, but I think it still looks good, right? Because hers had more yellow in there, so she could have a sun. Its carcass fell. No, it was not. I'm not scared of honeybees or bumblebees. I would have just let it do its thing. But that was an angry whatever it was. So we're going to do the watery bits. And she did the most prettiest watery bits. So we're going to go with our blue, which is Ocean, which is 23, which is going to be this one. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then she toned it down a bit with a little bit of orange, because orange is the complement. And made it like a bluish. Look at that. Like a bluish gray. Now it's probably too wet and it's going to be really dark. But we're going to go for it. Yeah. Some form of wasp. So we're gonna try and be straight with our horizon line. Woo. Okay, so we've got the paint nice and good there, and then we're gonna bring it down, but we're gonna let it dry out a bit. Maybe a little bit too much. And then we're gonna kind of follow our little sandy area. More water, I don't know. Let it get a little bit dry. I tell you, she made it look hecka easy. And then let it be dry closer to the sandy bits. I like, but not so much. There we go. There we go. We'll just straighten that out a little bit. Oh my goodness! We did it! You guys, we did it! It was weird, but we did it! Look it! I'm gonna dry it. Oh my goodness. We did it! And then we peel to reveal our nice beautiful white frame. Oh, look at that. You guys, that didn't take very long, which is good because we have another one planned out. The inspiration video is linked down below. I don't know which one it is. It might be the first one, it might be the second one, but the inspo video is down below. It's from TikTok. The two inspo videos are from TikTok. However, I just found out today, since I was sharing with you guys, that she does have YouTube. She does have YouTube, so I also linked to her YouTube page, to the main page. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at that. Oh my goodness. And then you could build on this, right? You could put a tree in there. Oh, let's put a tree in there. We're going to put a tree in it. We need our pin. A nice big fatty pin. So she put little birds and then she penciled in her sun a little bit more. We don't have a sun. The sun's way down there because we kind of messed it up just a little bit. But it's okay. But I can put in a palm tree because I know how to do that. And I'm going to use my Micron pens because these are waterproof. So, no octopus, ladies. Not today. Not today. Shay, hello, hello, and hello, Miss PJB Stamper. Thanks for popping in. I don't think I said hello, but hello. If I did not say hello to you, please just let me know. Be alert, yeah. Be alert. Okay, so I'm gonna do my tree like it's coming off the page and then going up and off the page, right? Because it's huge. It's a huge tree. But what I don't want to do is there's a lip of this poking through. So I'm just gonna put that right there. Because I don't want to draw on this piece, and it's coming through a little bit. So, palm trees, they're wide at the bottom, and then they narrow, very narrow at the tip, right? So, we're going to go, it's kind of like a V, but the point of the V is here, but ours is going to be off the page. So, we're going to go, and we're going to go right off the page. See that? We literally went right off the page. And then we're going to come here and we're going to go and drawing is like driving. And cutting. You guys have heard me say when you're fussy cutting, look where you want to be, not where you're at. Just like drawing, I'm going to be looking up here. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to look up here and draw to the point that's way up here. Okay? So I'm going to put my pen down, and then I'm going to be looking and drawing at the same time. So there's my tree. There's my tree. Ah, you put a dinosaur on yours? Dinosaur. Yeah, I'm not doing dolphins. We could do a shark, which I guess could be a dolphin fin. We could draw a shark in there, but no, we're not. Okay, and then palm trees are kind of like bamboo. They get these little shoots in their thing, so they're kind of lumpity bumpity. Okay. So that kind of does that. Up here is our, what's his faces, where the branches come, right? And the coconut. So our branches are going to be coming from this area, and they're kind of straight and then they drop off, almost like a wide V or a wide L. So we're going to come out and then we're going to drop off. We're going to come out and kind of drop off. And then that one. Okay. And then the leafies are way up there, so we're just going to draw some leafy bits. And there will be one back there, but then there's our palm tree. I know, isn't it fabulous? There's our palm tree, and then we got to color it in. It's gonna be a silhouette. So you're gonna grab your big black marker. Oops, oops, oops. It's ripping. It's ripping because we taped it right on the edge and we weren't paying attention. My bad. It's all right. So there it is. They're just squiggles and wiggles. Squiggles and wiggles. You guys know. Although the Simon Hurley set has a beautiful octopus, we could. But no. No. I'm going to see if I can color this with alcohol marker to see if it's going to bleed through. How are we going to check if it bleeds through? We're going to do one strip of black there. It looks fine. So I showed you the lines. We're going to hide those lines. This is a black silhouette, so we don't need to see that, right? Oops. So yeah, that's not going through too bad. You can kind of see it there, but it's fine. Bitty Penny! Okay. And then because I put this leaf next to this leaf, when I go to color it in, I'm going to leave a little bit of a white area, and then it's not going to really be white, right? Because there's color behind it. Don't worry about it. And then that'll help with the separation of those two particular leaves. I need a new black marker. This one's kind of dying. My pen's dying. Look at that. Look at that. One left to go. Betty Penny. Maddie got some winnings. How exciting. They're just squiggles, my friends. There's nothing spectacular. If you have a die, you can put your palm tree die in there. And then trace it and then fill it in so it's one piece. Especially if you're doing a postcard. You can trace your dies. Or if you have a sticker, whatever's. There it is. There it is. Isn't it pretty? We have a little white spot there. I don't know what that is. And the watercolor paper is pretty thick, so it's not going through. So that's never too. That's not too bad, right? Okay, and then we're gonna sign it. Sign it. I'm gonna put an E-Beth. Ooh, not with that one though. That one's too fat. We're gonna get our skinnier one. This one will work. There we go. Isn't it pretty? I'm really happy we did this one. If you guys did one of these, post it. Post it on Facebook. Post it on Instagram and tag me in it. Post it on Discord. I want to see you guys make one. And watch Andrea. Sorry. Watch Miss Nelson. Miss Nelson, she made it beautiful. Okay, next one I'm kind of excited about. I don't even know. We're going to do another frame. Framey. So I'm going to put the clean side that way. I'm just going to reuse. Reduce, reuse, recycle, right? Let's make sure that opens the right way. I'm going to tape that there. Put the clean side in. Because watercolors will reactivate. So those colors, I could reactivate them. So we're going to put the clean side in. Put the clean side in. And this one is also linked down in the description for you. Okay. It's kind of like a moody mountainy scene. Moody mountains. Which we don't need tropical for moody mountains. We're going to use our currants because they're more blueies and stuff. Yeah, look at those. Look at those blueies. And I think we're going to use those two. Those two look nice. Again, why? Why can't these things just stay in their homes? 133, 34, that's 35. And like, how does 30, 38, 37, 36. Okay, and we're doing 44 and 43. 44 and 43. We're going to do with those two. Those two. And then we're going to take that out. And we're going to hose these two down. Because those are the ones we're focusing on. And then I'll add a little bit of water there. Okay, same thing. Our little roundy. Is that better? Oops. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. There. Yeah, this one, I can't remember. Currants. I love these. I got these on a major clearance at Hobby Lobby. And one of them was missing one color. And I messaged them and they mailed me the one color. I was so excited. So my set, that particular set is complete. So I was really happy. I told them where I got it and showed them my receipts. And they gave me the one color I was missing. Bringing her more next week. Oh, she passes them along. Awesome. Okay, so this one, I have to think. I was watching a lot of videos. This one, I think, was another wet on wet for the sky. So we're going to put some fresh water down for our sky. And then we're going to put some blues in there to make it our sky, right? And so we're going to grab some of this blue. I probably need a lot. Okay, and then we're going to clean our brush and we're going to go in for this blue. And we're going to mix those two up a little bit. And we'll see. Isn't that pretty? This is our sky. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, I almost forgot. We got to get a little bit of clean water here, because we're going to bring this down a little bit more. Just a little bit more. We need a tissue. We need a tissue. Tissue. We need a tissue. We're going to take a little chunk of tissue and we're going to make some clouds. But it's got to be wet. Look it. We just tap it in there. And we're making little pluffing clouds. Oh my gosh, and we made clouds. You guys. Sorry. I'm excited. Look it. I love our sky. It's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it. I do want to tone down our blue to make a little bit of a gray. So we're going to do like we did in the last one and add a little bit of orange. Not as much orange, but a little bit. So we get like this bluish gray. And then I'm going to do a little puddle on the other side. So here is really concentrate, and then here I'm going to be picking up, feels like it might be a little green. We're going to drop in some jaggedy bits. Jaggedy bits, and we're going to pull it down, because it's going to be our first layer of mountain. But we don't want it so, so dark. So I'm going to come down and go back up. And I don't think I had enough color in there, but that's okay. And they're just going to be jaggedy bits. And then we're going to pull the color down. And the first layer is kind of light, because it's off in the distance. You see, our first layer is just going to be light. And we're going to pull that down. And then we're going to dry it. You can wait or make it. And for video purposes, we're going to make it dry. If you do not dry in between these layers, it's going to be a soupy mess. Like that. Our clouds. They're the bestest clouds I've ever made, I think. They're fabulous. They're just fabulous. Oh, Miss Maddie is headed out. Got to go, she says. Okay, so then, oh, that's peeled up. Quick. Now, remember, this one is a lot of water, and this is concentrate, okay? We're going to darken that up. We're going to take some of our concentrate and add it to that. So now we have another shade of the same color, right? And then we're going to do some more jaggedy bits. Maybe this jaggedy bit goes over that jaggedy bit. And then we're going to pull it down a little. And then we're going to dry it. This part, the hardest part is getting it to the dry state so we can go in for the next level. Okay, now we're going to take our concentrate and add it into that again, making it even darker. And I'm going to, this one's going to be extras, pointies. And we're we're going to drag it down further than I did the last one. There we go. After you do it a few times, you'll get used to how much water you need. It's a little bit hard to judge the watery part because I don't do this all the time. But, which reminds me, and that reminds me, how do you guys feel about a Wednesday a month for watercolors? And I will find something on the TikToks or the Instagrams that is inspiring, and then we try and recreate it. What do you think? Because we have the first Wednesday of the month is Wheels of Brands and Materials, and then another Wednesday is for scrapbooking, and then we're a Wednesday for watercolor. I stepped away for a pickle and came back to a mountain range, right? Okay, so this is mostly dry. We're just gonna hit it with that. Jenny G says yes. Jana, I knew you'd say yes. It was your idea, lady. Oh, by the way, it's Jana's idea. I like watercoloring. I mean, I don't do it a lot. I love to do it during Christmas. I follow Mirror Me Small Art for her simple Christmas cards. They're absolutely fun. But yeah, Jana was like, hey, you should do watercolor. And I'm like, hey, that's a good idea. So I'm gonna take this last bit, this heavy concentrate, and I'm going to try and fill in the rest. So I'm going to add a little bit of water to the bottom, so I can make sure I have enough movement for the next range. And we're going to take right out of the concentrate. And again, we're just rolling that in there and then pulling it down. It might be a little bit too much water down that side. Ooh, that's nice. There it is. There it is. And then we're gonna dry it and spruce it up. I like the actual pickle, like, actual pickle, or guys, inquiring minds want to know, did you go, what kind of pickle? I know, and they were just little tippity tappities. Little tippity tappities. I'm gonna show it up close. I need it to be dry a little bit though, because I have plans. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Okay. I got tape everywhere. Stop! Okay, we are now officially done with our masking tape. Okay, and if it's warpy and stuff, you guys just tell it to quit. Look at our little mountainy range, and then into our little clouds. I'm in love with this. And I love that it is kind of a greenish color. You could do blue-gray, you could do shades of black. I mean, oh, wow. No Happy Meal yet. Unless you count the stuff from scrapbook.com that I bought. The Simon Hurley stuff. And then I've got more scrapbook.com stuff coming. But we're not done. We're going to take our little... I'm debating. You know what? We're going to do... What are these? Are these colored pencils? Yeah, they're close enough. Uh-oh. What just happened? Some ad thingy just popped up my whole thing. Okay, so I have my Derwent ink tints pencils, but I'm just going to use them like colored pencils. And I'm going to go in here and get the black. Because I don't want marker black. I want a black but subtle, like a pencil black. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Is my pencil sharp? No. Will I sharpen my pencil? No. You can't make me. You can't make me. And we're going to cross our fingers that I don't flub this up. Because we're over here taking a picture, and in our peripheral, there's a tree. There's a tree. And this tree is a big tree. We're going to draw a tree. How do I want this tree to be? I want it to be, it's way back here with me, but the top of it, it's going to come up. And it's kind of a leany tree. And then I'm just going to color it. I'm not in love with it. I think I think we're going to activate this. Okay, there's our tree. The messy palette. Yeah. Sharp pencils do make for smooth lines. But no. Oh, sharp pencils don't make smooth. They make nice lines though. I don't sharpen my pencils very often. It's a lazy thing. Even for detailed coloring, I'm like turning the pencil so I don't have to sharpen it. Okay, and then the tree is gonna have some branches. There's gonna be a branch there and a branch there. And then another branch, and 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 they're going to get bigger. And they're going to get branchier. The bigger ones we're going to give a little bit more detail to. And we're just going to kind of back and forth it a little bit. We'll give that one a little bit more. And then kind of like the palm trees, they're kind of like little triangles, right? But each set is a little bit different. They don't have to be the same. You have a twig, and then the leafy things kind of fall down, right? The leafy things, you know what I mean. The leafy things. The leafy things fall down. And they're in front, they're behind. And they get bigger. They get bigger the closer they are to you. Oh, nice. So Gamsol is for colored pencils to make them look like watercolor pencils. Inktense is it's kind of a hybrid. It acts like a watercolor pencil, but it's permanent once you activate all of the particles. So if you color with the Inktense lightly and then add the water, it's going to make it permanent. Like when you go over it, it's not going to activate it. Like if I dropped water on this right now, it would ruin this. It would ruin this and make spots. We're going to activate a little bit of this. We're going to activate a little bit of it. Because Inktense they're stunning. I'm actually going to get a smaller brush. I'm going to get a smaller round brush. I'm going to take my fresh water and I'm just going to come down and activate some of this. I don't know if I'll activate the whole thing. So these are the Inktense. Yeah, you know what? We're going to activate the whole thing. But I like it. And then we're going to go in the direction of our leaves and pull down this. And we have a rather dry brush. Rather dry. Kind of made a mess out of that area. It's alright. And then we can add a little bit more water if we need. We're just gonna pull that down. But yeah, Gamsol, what Gamsol does to colored pencils is it breaks down the material and it makes it like a watercolor. You will not see me. I have nothing against it. Nothing against it. But I have watercolor pencils, and I have my Inktense, and I like colored pencils for what colored pencils do. So yeah, I have no Gamsol in my craft room. No. And then our tiny little taps. Okay. And then we'll just darken that up just a little bit. There we go. There's our tree. Abraham! Hello, hello! Because we like the trees. Well, I don't like that part, but it's alright. So, I'm really happy with the clouds. Oh, so happy. So happy. And then our little mountains. I think we did pretty good today. We followed Miss Nelson. And we made 2, look at that. We made 2 cards. And we're going to sign this one too. Not with that pen. Ha ha ha. That one was ginormous. Yeah, no. We Abraham says you can try baby oil if you don't have Gamsol. I will not. I like my color pencils coming out the color pencils. Color pencil wise. And like I said, I really like the Derwent ink tints. They're a different beast. But like I said, if you want them permanent, you got to make sure you activate all of the bits. Because if you don't, you can reactivate it. So if you do light first, right, you get that all activated. That paper is no bueno. Look at it pilling. Look at it pilling. But then if you have like watercolor, that's so nice though. Look at that. And then you dry them. Okay, and then we get our fresh water. See, doesn't activate. But then we take our fresh water and it activates. That's the difference between ink tints and watercolor. Activates? No activates. Simon is going live? Where? Where is he going live? Who says this? You guys, I'm going to kick you all out just so I can go. I used Gamsol and water pencils before. I bought alcohol markers. I didn't have any of the tints. They look fun. Ink tints. What's his channel? Hold on, please. It would be Simon YouTube. No, no, please. Thank you. Oops. Oh, that's his channel, and then Pam is actually posting the actual live. So thank you, Miss Pam. I don't know what I was thinking. But there it is, my friends. We're going to run away. We're going to run away. I'm going to send you away with some stuffies. I don't know that button. But, so be on the lookout for Watercolor Wednesdays. I don't know what we'll call it. Watercolor Wednesday is kind of cheesy. Because we have Wheel of Brands and Materials on the first Wednesday of the month. And then towards the end of the month, on like the last Wednesday, we do scrapbooking. So one of the other Wednesdays is going to be for watercoloring. We're going to pick something and then try to make our interpretation of it. And I think we did really good. Gianna, I want to see pictures, lady. I want to see pictures. Anyways, my friends, I hope you have a lovely, beautiful day. I'm going to go pop into Simon Hurley's live, so I'll hang out with you there. Until then, have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.